What's good, YouTube? Zion Amari, Real Spit TV, and like always, let's spit that real, man. So I'm back at you with the part 3 to the 5150 show where they going in on Ryan. And I guess I'm going to start off where Ryan is using Jess Hilarious and a couple of other social media comedians as an example to prove the point of, why we are a minority. Just using these as an examples. He's showing you the ceiling of these comedians as big as they are compared to comedians who appeal to the white community because white people are the majority, so these comedians are more successful. So let's get it.
Yeah, I feel you, man. But this is another example. Jess Hilarious, right? Okay. Around 5 to 6 million followers. Davis, about 5 to 6 million followers. Desi Banks, about 5 to 6 million. You know what I mean? B. Simone, about 5 to 6 million. They the biggest.
But they eat the whole dick when they be out there in them comedy clubs. them people walk out there mad than motherfucker.
All of them don't.
They eat the whole dick.
All of them don't.
They ain't gonna be able to sell that shit. Who don't?
Not all of them do. But listen.
Well, who don't?
Not all of them do.
Exactly.
But listen.
They say it was the big.
Who don't and who do?
And look, this is what Corey does, because Corey is a real toxic dude. He's self-sabotaging, right? So he shot himself in the foot 1,000 times. He's burned a bunch of bridges. So he's going to try to continue to get Ryan to sabotage himself, because he's going to keep trying to get Ryan to call Jess Hilarious trash and, whoever else trash. Basically, burning a potential bridge of other people that he could work with. Because, Corey can't work with nobody. He can't work with a lot of people. And he don't mind shooting himself in the foot. And like the misery loves company type of dude that he is, he gonna try to pull Ryan into that. So let's get it.
I ain't trying to have this argument with
No argument. I just want to know who don't and who do.
They ain't gonna say it. Cause they're this guy. Country Wayne funny.
Yeah.
Country Wayne funny. Country Wayne ain't no more.
What I'm saying, so this is what I'm saying.
No, he ain't gonna say that.
So the black community know who they are, right? Then you look at somebody like King Batch, who makes content more for white people, right? 15, 16 million followers, maybe even more.
But you say what you want to say about what it is. You brought their name up. I said they eat the whole dick at the club.
That's how you feel.
Like, I don't want to talk about it. It ain't how I feel.
That's how you feel.
Facts.
But notice how Corey is not sticking to the topic. The topic is black people being the minority, and Ryan is making strong points and using comedy, their craft, like he said in the last part, as an example to show the difference between, how big you can get appealing to just black people and how big you can get appealing to non-black people. Notice how Corey, in his effeminate ass ways, like to change the subject because he doesn't have a point. He can't intellectually disprove what Ryan is saying, so he's gonna take a look.
You niggas is living in motherfucking world. All right, well, fuck it.
Hey, listen.
Spend your money and go to that show 50 minutes 50 and let me know how motherfucking mad you be when you walk out that motherfucker. The one bra, what's the light skinned bra? Simone.
I haven't been
that
on
bitch,
show.
both of them bitches doing everybody else jokes they see. I put them on blast. You got a problem with it, go holler at me. Hack attack asshole. And you scared to say it. And for what? I'll say
Wait
it.
a second. I ain't scared.
And because he won't go in on him the way Corey is going in on him, he's scared to say it. And like I said, that's that misery loves company type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done burnt all my bridges in the industry, so I don't want to see you link up with no other comedians and make some money. It's crazy.
Well, you broke the whole name up. I'm telling you, them some biting ass bitches.
I'm talking about.
And I stand on it.
I'm just really on my conversation. I'm keeping my conversation where the conversation
Just
is.
Niche funny.
Exactly.
Just Niche, you gonna watch her do stand up. You gonna see a funny show. You gonna see them bitches. You ain't finna see a funny show. I ain't got to be friends to the hoes.
Look at that. He done completely took this shit all the way left. This ain't got shit to do with whether you find Jess Hilarious funny, B. Simone funny. That ain't got shit to do with the conversation. The conversation is black people being minorities and white people being the majority. But because he's too dumb to realize that what Ryan is saying is true, just like the rest of these niggas, he has to change the conversation to try to get a point in which he fails at that. Let's get it.
I ain't got to blend in with them bitches. Them bitches hacks. They enemies of my game. Just Niche funny. I was blessed to have Just Niche on the road with me for a while. She used to go up there and rip that shit before I go up. I used to be like, yeah, now that's some real shit right there. Them other bitches, I don't know what the fuck motherfuckers scared. Motherfuckers scared of hoes now. You might not know. I ain't fucking none of them bitches. If they out here stealing jokes,
And notice how this dude is unnecessarily disrespecting these sisters. Like, if you don't like their comedy, that's one thing, but you ain't got to be calling them bitches and hoes constantly. Like, that's unnecessary, and it shows you how, you know, miserable this dude is. And this dude low-key, he low-key hate women. Like, this dude obviously has a deep-seated degree of resentment and hatred for women, because all of this is unnecessary to go in on these sisters like that. Let's get it.
Come on, blast. If you got a problem with it, you know how to find me. I've done it in some hack bitches. The bitch was doing Just Niche jokes. The B Simone bitch.
She copied the workbook too.
Yeah, she copied the workbook. This is a farce. I ain't scared to call them bitches out because I want to smile when I see them. When I see them, yeah, bitch, I said it and it was the absolute truth. Everybody who want to cake with them hoes, they ain't gonna talk to them like that. I don't give a fuck if a bitch don't like me. Any bitch out there who don't like me because I tell the truth about you, fuck in your ass, bitch. That's what you need. That's what's wrong.
And notice this dude is like 52 years old talking like this. Like, I know 22-year-olds like that wouldn't carry on like this. And this dude is 52 years old carrying on like this, talking about these young sisters like this, just trying to come up and make some money. Like, I don't agree with the chick stealing jokes or whatever. And if I don't even watch Jess Hilarious. I don't even watch them chicks, so I can't say whether they funny or not. They probably ain't funny. But I would never hate on some sisters trying to make some money that came up and is getting that bag. Like, this dude got issues, man.
I'm older than you, so it's like I ain't trying to come at you like hardcore, but I'm saying I don't cake for them bitches like that. Them hoes is hacks. They enemies to the game of comedy. And motherfuckers who scared to say it,
If
hey,
you don't agree, yeah.
it is what it is.
I've tried to talk several.
And basically, because Ryan is smart enough not to go in on these sisters unnecessarily, because those are unnecessary bridges, you know, that he don't have to burn, he's scared. So basically, if you're not gonna shit on him with Corey, you scared to say what it is. But Corey talked all of that black men wearing a dress and niggas being effeminized in Hollywood and all this and all that rah-rah shit. But I bet you he wasn't talking that shit to Tyler Perry when Tyler Perry gave his ass that role. You dig what I'm saying? So Corey is definitely a fake ass, double talking ass nigga that knows how to get the little trickle down Hollywood crumbs if somebody want to throw him a job. He don't give a fuck who it is. If you want to throw this nigga a job and he can make a few dollars off of you, he'll kiss ass too. And Ryan ain't even kissing ass. Corey outright kissed Tyler Perry ass, kissed Kevin Hart ass. Kevin Hart ain't that funny. He ain't saying Kevin Hart sucked the dick. Kevin Hart, his success don't match how funny he is. This motherfucker's way funnier than Kevin Hart. But they ain't successful. They ain't nowhere near as successful as Kevin Hart. But let Corey tell it, keep doing your thing, man. You killing this game, man. And motherfuckers be hating, man. Fake ass nigga. Let's get it.
That's a no, man. That's a no, man.
I remember what you said.
I'm like,
No. Look, he brought up some bitches, and we asked a question about him, and he deferred to, like you talking to
because
a
we
bro.
moving, because niggas is moving the goalposts. I was trying to make a point about something
Niggas moving the
completely different.
goalposts.
And then we started talking about something that I wasn't talking about whatsoever.
No, you brought up 15 million, 25 million in the followers.
Right.
You brought up the bitches that are on goddamn stage and whatnot. So we asked him were they funny, and then it turned into goddamn.
No, actually, when he brought up the bitches,
It ain't got shit to do with whether they funny or not, my nigga. What part of that don't you get? That the conversation wasn't how funny these comedians are. So whether you taking this shit left just like with Corey, so you just following that shit, nigga. Shut up.
I said them bitches are garbage on stage because they really are garbage on stage, and he didn't want to agree with
But
that.
let's say they garbage on stage. It has nothing to do with the point that I was making.
Watch this. What points are you making?
the point that I was making.
This nigga don't even know what the point was. If you can't even follow the flow of your own goddamn show, what does that say about you, nigga? You had so much to say about Ryan didn't know what he was talking about black people being the minority, white people being the majority, and you done forgot that was the goddamn point. So, and this is why Corey needs so many goddamn co-hosts, because he all over the place with it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't, and he could just be full of shit. He could just know Ryan is making good points and he trying to play stupid and throw Ryan off his, hoping he could throw Ryan off his game. I don't know. It's one of the two. Either way, it's not a good look on him. Let's get it.
It is very simply, King Batch caters to a white audience. King Batch caters to a white audience. Therefore, he has 3 times as many followers as them. Well, and he's not big in the black community at all.
King Batch is gigantic in the black community. I didn't even know who King Batch was. He did Black Jesus with us the first season. We walking through the mall, every motherfucker in there knew who King Batch was. Yeah. I thought I was a motherfucker who people knew. King Batch was known by, it was motherfuckers acting like, goddammit, Michael Jackson was in the mall. I swear to God, I was like, who is this? Because I didn't know him that good then. I found out the power of King Batch when I walked through the mall with him. What about DC though? Who is DC?
Right.
DC Young Fly got a heavy following like that too.
Right.
DC Young Fly.
He has a nigga fan base.
Hold on. Can I say this about DC Young Fly?
Right.
DC Young Fly will have a longer career than all them motherfuckers as far as it go with entertainment. King Batch will produce content forever. King Batch is gonna be the richest out of all of them because he produces content, and he, you know what I'm saying? That's his thing. But DC Young Fly gonna have a career longer than all the rest of them motherfuckers. I'm talking about on stage and in movies and stuff like that. DC Young Fly is a likable character. That's what I'm saying. It's like shit. He likable. And he a man. I ain't never seen him do no whole shit. All the time I've been around.
This nigga love to talk about who's a man. I ain't never seen him do the whole shit. Nigga do more whole shit than anybody. I ain't never seen him do no whole shit. And he a man. Get your old feminine ass fuck out of here.
So, like I was saying, them niggas got wilding out, everything. DC Young Fly is huge on social media. My man Carlos Miller and my man Chico Bean, over 1 million followers, 85 South, biggest black podcast in the black community for the most part, right? They did like 3 shows at the Apollo. Apollo holds like 2,000 people, straight up at 6,000. Sebastian Maniscalco with no social media presence, no TV, no movies, no nothing. Sold out. Madison Square Garden, 20,000 people.
How many followers?
3 times less than 1 million.
And the Pope run the world, and he's a
less than 1 million followers.
Okay, and I asked that question. Why do you think that happened?
Because.
Why the fuck do you think it happens, nigga? It happens for the same, the point that he was trying to make, dumbass nigga, because it's way more white people than it is black people. Goofy motherfucker. There's a bigger pool. If there's 10,000 people in this pool A, versus 1,000 people in pool B, I don't give a fuck how talented you are. If you only appeal to motherfuckers in pool B, a non-talented motherfucker has a much better chance for success than you appealing to more people in pool A. That's why. Goofy ass motherfucker. Silly.
Bigger pool from him to pull from. The population, they
common sense
by a lot. So you don't. So as big as we can be gigantic in the black community and still make significantly less money if they just get 10% of their community on board.
Exactly.
Because they outnumber us that much.
Exactly.
And
so let me tell all the people who are being misled right now some real shit. You are being held back, black people. Your potential will not be allowed to expand, to work Madison.
Shout out to Kumar King, because that also matters too.
AKA the white man got his foot on my neck. So that's what it is, Corey. That's your explanation for what Ryan just said. The white man got his foot on our neck. So we can't do what they can do. We can't, you know, it ain't the fact that they outnumber us by so much. It's the white man is holding me back. Got you.
Because black people do not have as much disposable income as white people either. So they can get to shows a lot. Their shows are a lot readily accessible to them. But I ain't, my bad.
Nigga, shut up, Precyse. That nigga wasn't making no goddamn point. All this nigga was, this nigga's whole point was the white man got his foot on my neck. That is not a point, my nigga, especially in this conversation where that ain't got shit to do with the fact that they outnumber us. Therefore, they have a much higher ceiling for success in virtually every avenue.
Yeah, I do this show every week. I let black people know, don't ever be misled by the numbers. Don't be misled by somebody white in a position where they doing great things, and you like, why I can't do it, and I got more followers and all that shit. Don't ever fall for the sucker shit. Be you. You in a country where you were kidnapped and brought here to build this motherfucker for free, and after they was done with you, they really had no use for you. They wanted to kill all of you.
None of this shit got nothing to do with what Ryan's point is. None of it. And notice how he keep taking, just pay attention to how many times this nigga changed the conversation and change the subject to some shit to where he think he gonna get a W by making a goofy ass point that he trying to make to no avail.
And they doing it in a slow way. They doing it slow so it don't look like they are the savages they really are. When you see somebody like Sebastian sell out Madison Square Garden 3 times, don't think it's because he's better than you. It's because he's allowed to sell.
Ryan never said Sebastian was better than nobody. Again, stop taking the conversation left, my nigga. Stick to the conversation as it happens. Follow the flow of the conversation. You love to talk all of this shit about what broads do and how broads have. That's what broads do. No disrespect to the ladies, but y'all know how y'all could be sometimes. Y'all don't, y'all jump all over the board just to try to get y'all point in. And that's what this nigga does. Let's get it.
Out Madison Square Garden 3 times. Trust me.
Let me ask you this, Ryan. You don't think they have, even on the
No, not
internet,
my subject, not my subject, I mean, that topic.
even on,
It's already really
even on the internet, do you think, like, because our analytics, well, our numbers be kind of like different from the white people.
Look at Ryan's face.
It's different, though.
Because like
This,
they can do some.
look at Ryan's face. This is the look that you get when you realize that you are a smart nigga in a room full of dumb niggas. Not only, and that ain't even an issue, because ain't nothing, I done been the smart nigga in a room full of dumb niggas, and that's not the problem. The problem is when the dumb niggas want to argue with the smart nigga, and no matter how many facts you bring out, no matter how much sense you make, these dumb niggas keep challenging you with they dumb nigga rhetoric. Let's get it.
Morning shit. I'm talking about extreme.
I'm not even, because it ain't got nothing to do.
You think Britney Spears is talented?
That's the point that I'm making. That's also plays to my point.
Right.
We have to be 3 times, 4 times as talented to get the same results because their population is that much bigger. That just goes to my point.
But you don't think the internet, but this is not,
Shit is not rocket science.
but you don't think the internet like favors them in a sense?
You know how stupid that shit sound? You don't think the internet favors them? So what? Do they got facial recognition to detect your skin pigmentation? And if you are, this light, they gonna promote your shit on YouTube and Twitter and Facebook more than if you're this dark. You know how stupid that shit sound, my nigga? No shit, they have a leg up on the internet. You know why? Because there's more white people on the internet than there are black people on the internet. Just like it's more white people in society, and in American society, than it is black people in American society. So that was a dumbass question to ask, my nigga. Let's get it.
It ain't even a question of that. That ain't even a question. Britney Spears is a garbage ass crazy white bitch, but that bitch sold more albums than most niggas who ever did entertainment. Now you can't even remember this bitch, because she was never talented in the first place. She was put out there to motherfucking make the motherfucking machine money.
If the white people say, hey, Ryan is the best comedian, better than Dave Chappelle on ABC News, guess what? That's a controlled narrative.
But that's,
and everybody gonna come to your ass.
But that's
you
a,
gonna blow the
but,
fuck
but
up
that's
white
a,
people said it.
but that's a nigga who's came to my show. That's all that means.
That's bullshit. You can't just, you know how many motherfuckers that white people have tried to push and make the face of something and make them more successful than their talent would allow them to be? White people don't have this magical power to just say, okay, we want to make you successful, and it works. It works to a certain degree. People with less talent can be more successful if they have a machine behind them, but you can't just tell a motherfucker, oh, you know, this person is the best, and the whole world is gonna believe it. If that was the case, why is Michael Jackson the highest selling recording artist in history? You don't think they would have preferred a white person to outsell a black person like Michael Jackson? Why the fuck is Michael Jackson the most revered artist in the history of music? Why the fuck is Muhammad Ali and Michael Jordan the most revered athletes in the history of athleticism? Because they're actually that good. White people can't just say, oh, this person is the best and the whole world is gonna go along with it. And that's what I hate about conspiracy niggas like this, because they give white people mystical powers. We get that they powerful. We get that they can manipulate shit. We get that they can influence people in a certain way to believe that people are better than what they are or whatever, but they don't have magical power, bro. You can't just say, oh, he is funnier than Dave Chappelle. A white person say he's funnier than Dave Chappelle and the whole fucking world is gonna believe it. Stop it, my nigga. You sound stupid. Let's get it.
The point I'm saying is if the white people, let's try this again. If the white people say that you are the best thing since sliced bread, every motherfucker in the country is gonna fucking
That's not what I'm saying.
And that's because a white person said it. A white narrative and fucking network show.
Did they kill Dave Chappelle? They
What do you
tried.
mean, did they kill him?
Did they kill him?
That's not what I'm saying.
Did they
What do you mean
kill?
did they kill him?
But you didn't answer the point.
Well, let me break this down. What he's saying, because Ryan acting like everybody's stupid except him. What do you?
No, Ryan is not acting like everybody is stupid except him. Ryan came to the realization that all you niggas are stupid except him. He's the only nigga in the room with common sense. So no, that is not an act, my nigga. That is a real realization that Ryan came to. That's why he got that sad ass look on his face, because he actually realized that you niggas are proving. The more y'all talk, y'all are proving that everybody in the room is dumb besides Ryan. So that is anything but an act. I see it, Ryan see it, D see it, 5150 fans see it, we all see it. Y'all, you three niggas is the only goofy motherfuckers that don't see it. Let's get it.
That's not what I'm saying.
And that's because a white person said it. A white narrative and fucking network show.
Did they kill Dave Chappelle? They
What do you
tried.
mean, did they kill him?
Did they kill him?
That's not what I'm saying.
Did they
What do you mean
kill?
did they kill him?
But you didn't answer the point.
Well, let me break this down. What he's saying, because Ryan acting like everybody's stupid except him. What do you
That's
mean did
not
they
what
kill
I
Dave
meant.
Chappelle?
They took away the TV. They didn't put him in no movies. They didn't put him. All he did was come back and say, "I'm doing comedy." He just came back and like, "I'm doing stand-up," and just sold out Radio City Music Hall for Lord knows how many days. He didn't have any press. He didn't have any machine behind him, anything, because the nigga, whenever you prove you that nigga for real, they can't kill you.
Exactly.
They have to literally kill you.
Exactly.
Is what I'm saying. You can say whoever is the biggest thing in the world, but at the end of the day, when it's time to show and prove, people like this motherfucker's trash.
Exactly.
People get to choose how they spend their money.
Exactly.
People get to choose how they spend their money. So you can say somebody is the dope.
You don't
You are. You're running away from the point.
Nah, that's what I'm watching.
You're running away
And
from
I'm
the
letting
point.
him talk. I'm like, what is he talking about?
And this is the frustration of arguing with dumb niggas. And I've been in this. This shit is infuriating when you making all the sense in the world. You coming with nothing but facts. You coming with nothing but strong points. And these dumb niggas, especially when it's one, it's bad enough when it's one. But when it's two or three dumb niggas doing it to you, you damn near be ready to fight. I ain't gonna stunt. I done been there. I done been damn near ready to throw hands with some dumb niggas just out of sheer frustration of them acting like I'm crazy. I'm the stupid motherfucker in the room. This shit is crazy. Let's get it.
Like, you don't feel like they get more exposure than we do?
Of course.
No
It don't matter
shit.
if they get exposure, it don't matter nothing. This nigga right here, Ryan, this nigga right here, Corey, selling out Madison Square Garden ain't even an opportunity you will probably get. Did Cat Williams ever sell out Madison Square Garden?
Point of maker. And that nigga can't get no bit. That nigga's huge. in
At
our
one
community.
time, Cat Williams was absolutely everything
Yeah.
in black comedy.
Yes.
What happened to
Because
Cat?
a white person fucking controlled the narrative
No.
and put him out. Okay, all right.
Yes, you absolutely
I
right.
am.
He was allowed to
Thank
have
you.
a platform
Yeah, they
Cat
got
on
is
the
made
big
himself.
stage.
But he definitely had a white handler that fucking made him accountable and
But
motherfucking,
they-
you know what I'm
but
saying,
they
and pushed
can't
it to
stop him.
everybody. It's what it is. It's what it is. Man.
You said they can't stop him.
They can't stop Cat. They
Yeah, they did stop Cat.
they tried.
They did stop Cat.
They slowed him down.
Cat Williams was not controllable. You can't tell Cat stop what you doing, and then he gonna be like, okay, let me stop, put his head down.
That's
Once
what I'm
they
saying.
see you that kind of nigga that won't be controlled, they 86 you. You
Yeah.
are not part of the big plans of Hollywood no more.
Let's not act like Cat Williams wasn't out here fucking fighting, getting his ass whooped by 12-year-olds and doing all kind of crazy shit and stealing off on random dudes on the stage when he was in Philly and got stomped out on stage. Let's not sit here and act like Cat Williams is not crazy. Like, we can't do that. See, niggas act like, you know, especially conspiracy niggas. Niggas act like if you tell the truth 4 times out of 10 and the other 6 times you just said some crazy bullshit, that it's just a grand conspiracy to get you up out of here. Yes, Cat Williams is not the type of person that's just gonna go along to get along. But he's also crazy. We've seen it. So we can't even just say, oh, well, they did that because they can't control him. The nigga's crazy. Okay? He's also crazy. Yes, he's not controllable. But he's also crazy, as most not most uncontrollable people, but most crazy people are uncontrollable. So let's not pretend like Cat Williams is just this completely sane motherfucker that is out here spitting nothing but truth. This nigga's crazy too. Let's get it.
Oh, right.
They called you Ryan Sharpton.
Right.
So what happened to Cat is obvious to every real nigga out there.
Right.
He's not controllable.
Yes.
He's not the type of nigga you can say, stop doing that, Cat.
I've
He
been
put his
saying
tail between his legs and put his head down.
I've been saying
And
that.
every motherfucker street comic out here who know Cat know that that's the truth about Cat.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying.
I don't think that's what you said. You brought up B.
I don't think that was
and
feminine
folded
as
on
hell.
what you brought them up about. I didn't see you say that about Cat.
Hold on anything.
Well, the
man.
question was asked to you.
He ain't gonna answer it. You can ask him again if you want to. He ain't gonna answer it. Because that means when he see them, he got to motherfucking explain why he said what he said. That's why you ain't talking about B. Simone and the other
It
bro.
had nothing to do with my.
And why would he say that unnecessarily? Again, why would he say that unnecessarily? So why would he burn that bridge unnecessarily? Because that's some shit that you would do? Like, nah, you can't expect everybody to just shoot themselves in the foot and just fuck up relationships that they can have with other people where they can make some money just to keep it real. That shit ain't a priority to everybody. Yeah, you want to be true to yourself, but you can be true to yourself and still do shit diplomatically where you ain't just unnecessarily running off at the mouth about people that you when you don't have to. Let's get it.
Well, Corey said they eat a dick on the goddamn stage. Do they eat a dick?
He ain't gonna say yeah.
This
Let me
nigga
say
said-
yeah for
Listen, this is
garbage ass acts.
This is who I've seen more recently than anything. I've seen Desi Banks and I've seen Jess Hilarious, and neither one of them ate it. Both of them had a good show.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad. Good, y'all. I ain't said nothing about Desi. I ain't never seen Desi Banks' show. I ain't never seen him on stage. But
So
that
they
other
were
garbage,
eating dicks.
I seen that other garbage.
Yeah.
Oh, don't get
That
it
other shit is
twisted.
garbage.
Look, don't get it twisted. This
I invite
comedy-
you to go watch it.
Hey, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. This comedy shit is hard. This comedy shit is very difficult. To do an hour on stage and really be good, you gotta be nice at this. You don't get nice at this overnight. every.
No, he gonna look. He want to control the conversation.
I know.
If you say something else, say what he say. He do this.
No, actually, Corey, what you're doing is projecting. You want to control the conversation. And see, the thing is, it ain't shit that you can say that's gonna offset what Ryan say, because Ryan is speaking facts, nigga. You speaking feelings. You talking out of your ass, so you can't offset the truth by talking out of your ass. So, in all actuality, you're trying to control the narrative. And proof that you're trying to control the narrative. Every time Ryan makes an irrefutable point, what you do is you take the shit left and you change the subject and you go off into some other shit that wasn't even the topic of discussion. So this nigga's always projecting, man. You just need to kill me with that. Let's get it.
I'm just talking. I'm talking.
Well, you dancing like a
I'm
motherfucker.
not dancing.
But I'm
I'm not dancing by saying comedy is hard. It's the shit not hard. Everybody can't do what we do, Corey. Everybody can't do what we do. This shit is hard. You gotta be chosen to do this shit.
There was a time where they go out and seek talent. They don't seek talent no more. They seek
Exactly.
content.
Exactly.
That's why garbage motherfuckers like the girl, what's the girl name? Simone. That's why she's allowed to go on stage, and this bitch is a farce.
Right.
That Cole
Nobody-
rewriting the book, and go watch this bitch on stage. I invite the game.
Once
Watch
again,
her on stage.
I ain't made one argument about her. 'Cause I ain't
You
saying I
haven't
don't know,
given
and
any
I've heard.
You
all
said
this
Jess
stuff.
Hilarious funny on stage?
Yeah, Jess, she's doing that thing now.
Okay, well, I invite the game. Go watch this show. She admit she'll steal your joke. She admitted that.
That ain't cool. That ain't
Go
cool.
watch the bitch.
That
And
ain't
let's
cool.
see what happens.
You was with me when I went to go see Jess. She was bad.
Now that ain't cool. You know, I agree with Corey. That's comedy violation 101. That is blasphemy in the comedy game to steal jokes. So I agree with Corey, you know, being tight about somebody stealing jokes, because Corey is a true to his soul comedian, and he came up, you know, when it was real for comedians. He didn't come up in this social media age of comedians. He came up when, you know, stealing jokes was a cardinal sin, and it still is a cardinal sin in the comedy game. But you know, he's still going a little too hard on these sisters. I don't mind him calling her out on stealing jokes, but it's a way that you do that. You ain't got to disrespect a sister like that.
B100. Somebody on this motherfucker.
I gotta hear this. Marcus, she was bad. I need you to be 1,000.
Okay, so if you're saying she was cool enough to get by, that means she did not fucking tear the damn thing down.
So what?
Most people don't tear the thing down, and that's not
Exactly.
their job.
You suck a dick, bitch.
Man, get the fuck out of here.
Nigga, shut up. Nigga, you suck at being a guest on a 5150. Who cares whether she tore it down or not? Most comedians don't tear the shit down. You know how hard it is? You know how good you gotta be to just completely tear the house down? Like, that's not the thing. That's not the job. The job is to make people laugh. It's not everybody. If you go to a comedy show, everybody is not gonna tear the house down. Hell, even the headliner probably ain't gonna tear the house down. But this nigga sitting up here on this high horse, because she didn't tear the house down, that means she ate the dick. Nigga, you eat the dick on 5150. If you read the comments, the 5150 fans want your weak ass up out of here, nigga. So the fact that you got the audacity to be on Jess Hilarious case like that, or somebody else case like that, because they ain't just kill the show and just tear the house down, nigga. You got some nerve. Stop it.
Bro, nah, we not gonna do that. Hey, Corey speaking. Nah, we not gonna do this.
Y'all know I'm gonna be straight up and down, nigga.
We not gonna be.
I'm gonna give you 1,000. Like, man, she was good enough to get by now. She got to do it.
Look at the word you use. Look at the word you use.
Wait a second. No.
Damn this nigga.
No, fuck that. Don't change the narrative. Did she eat a dick?
Exactly.
She didn't need a dick.
Okay, that's what it was. All right.
She got through her album.
Jesus Christ.
That's the third time that nigga said he got through. So, you know, these are words.
Besides, you a funny nigga.
Nigga, first of all,
You can't get to an hour on that goddamn stage, bro.
I'm saying like,
You can't get to an hour on that
I'm not a
stage.
comedian.
Man, fuck.
Wait. Why are you jumping on me?
Nigga, you can barely get through this show without people saying, get Precyse the fuck up out of here. So whether he say she was good enough to get through her show or whatever, it don't matter, nigga. She did. I bet you Jess Hilarious does better on stage than your ass do sitting down, drinking and talking on the motherfucking 5150 show. So you got a lot of motherfucking nerves, my nigga. That's the killer part about some of these niggas. These niggas suck at just talking. These niggas can't even talk and sit down and hold a good conversation or bring shit to a motherfucking conversation. But they'll sit back and criticize a sister that's doing something as difficult as going on stage and making a room full of people laugh. Like, that's one of the hardest jobs that you can think of. Comedy, stand-up comedy, to go into a room where everybody is expecting you to make them laugh. That kind of pressure is unfathomable. And nigga, you can't even do that good on this motherfucking show because everybody wants you up out of here. Let's get it.
Talking about the truth about you. You ain't answered the question yet. And then all of a sudden, I agree with you.
He tight now.
And the elastic out of bitches' panties. That's what I do. I ain't no comedian. And it's still funny as fuck. But again,
you saying that you funny as fuck is probably the funniest thing you've ever said. That's a joke, my nigga. I haven't seen one funny thing you've ever said. All your ass is loud and cringeworthy. That's it, bro. You just a loud ass, cringeworthy ass, non-talented, non-talking ass. I mean, I ain't never heard the nigga sing, so I can't say he's completely non-talented. But as it pertains to being a co-host or a guest on the show, you fucking suck, bro. And how hard is it to just be a guest on a show where you ain't doing shit but talking, my nigga? Like, that's ridiculous. So you should probably just sit this shit out as it pertains to being super critical on whether Jess Hilarious is super funny or whether she bring the house down or not. Nigga, you suck at being a guest on 5150 show. Let's get it.
I'm taking it back.
You take it back.
Yeah, he tight now.
Bro, I'm taking
He always laugh like
exactly,
that.
man. Look, you came at me. You just pointed all that bullshit energy towards me, and you didn't even have the motherfucking audacity to answer.
This nigga mad.
About Jess Hilarious and all that, but you can't
I did.
He did answer
You
it.
had a pride.
I just said Jesse and Jess. That's not
No,
true.
nigga, you just fucking suck.
So leave it alone.
You too corny, bro. You a cornball.
Oh, God.
He caking for them hoes. That's what he doing.
Hey, this nigga Corey, he caking for them hoes. He caking for the nigga. Shut up. He ain't because he ain't agreeing with your ass. He caking for the females, huh? Cause he ain't agreeing with you.
When I see it, them bitches ain't shit. Don't pay your money, go see them bitches. I guarantee you. You gonna be like, Corey was right. Don't see them gravy ass hoes. Them internet bitches. Them ain't no damn stand-up comedians. Them bitches that motherfuckers wanna fuck, nigga. Both of them hoes. Garbage ass acts. But if you can get that pussy, nigga, go to the show, you know. But the hoes got a little money now, they...
Who the fuck is buying tickets and going to a comedy show in the hopes of sleeping with a female comedian? Nigga, stop it. You sound like a motherfucking
might
fool.
not fuck. Them hoes might not fuck as quick as they used to fuck because they making a little money on the road. But if you're going to pay your money, if you're going to park your car, that costs money. If you're going to motherfucking buy food and drinks, that costs money. If you're going to pay a ticket to go see these bitches, I guarantee you ain't gonna feel good about that sucker ass shit. I ain't finna co-sign no bitch to be nice. I won't co-sign a nigga to be nice. If a nigga hot garbage, I'll tell a nigga, you ain't ready to be performing in front of them motherfucking people. And it's easy to act like it's animosity, but it ain't animosity. It's motherfucking real shit. Motherfucker, I'm out here in the game. You garbage motherfuckers overflowing the motherfucking comedy club. These comedy clubs book you because you cheap. They ain't gotta pay you no motherfucking money. And you going up there with that bullshit, recycled shit that the niggas that's been doing this shit for years are doing. Man, ain't nobody thinking about these garbage ass internet motherfuckers when it comes to some real shit.
But you made it about them. Ain't nobody ain't nobody thinking about these garbage ass internet comedians. But when Ryan used them as an example to make a point about black people being a minority and white people being a majority, you made it all about the garbage ass internet comedian. So how the fuck you gonna turn around and say, ain't nobody thinking about these? See, you exposing your motherfucking haterism, nigga. See, he's exposing that haterism that he got. He's sitting there talking about, ain't nobody thinking about these garbage ass internet comedians, but you made it all about the garbage ass internet comedians when the conversation was black people being a minority and white people being a majority. Make that make sense.
Recycled shit that the niggas that's been doing this shit for years are doing. Man, ain't nobody thinking about these garbage ass internet motherfuckers when it comes to some real shit. If you funny, I am G enough to give you your props. I love working with Country Wayne. I love working with, it's a couple of motherfuckers out here that I'm like, man, this nigga the real motherfucking deal. I like working with you, right? When we work together. But I ain't gonna let you pay for them garbage motherfuckers. Them motherfuckers ain't shit. Pay for the ticket. I invite anybody from 5150, pay for the ticket to go see either one of them hoes we talking about and watch what happens. You might as well put that money up your ass.
How did it go from they got X amount of followers to Ryan caping for them? Explain that. And if he explained that, he gonna expose his feminine tendencies. Because it wasn't about whether they was funny to begin with.
Just shit it out.
I'd like to see him start with and they said he's black.
I just asked the question, are you this or you that?
But you put him on the spot when you asked him that.
I wanted to know. And then you talking about him as a comedian. What the fuck does that got to do with
It
it?
got a lot to do with it.
He's still
Precisely,
tight.
because at the end of the day, you don't understand how strong. An hour is a motherfucker. It's a
Exactly.
motherfucker.
No. An hour is hard if you ain't really supposed to be up there collecting money for stand-up comedy. That's why an hour is hard. But for the niggas who really put in work in this game and are real stand-up comedians, they could do way more than an hour.
Right.
Bro, you've been doing comedy for probably damn near 30 years. You can't compare what you can do to somebody who's been doing stand-up comedy for 30 months or a few years. You can't compare y'all at two completely levels of the game. A stand-up comedian, like Godfrey said it best, you know, if you've been doing comedy for 10 years, you 10 years old in a comedy game. So you can't compare somebody that's been doing stand-up comedy, because these is internet comedians he's talking about. You shouldn't even really be holding them to the standard of a true, you know, stand-up comedian like yourself. But they are doing it, so they do deserve to be critiqued, but you can't hold them to that same standard, bro. Like, you came up in a completely different era. You know, the greatest era, the 90s, the late 80s, really the 90s, the early and the mid 90s, the greatest era of comedy we've ever seen. You can't compare you coming up in that era to people who are comedic content creators, because these ain't real stand-up comedians. You know, the Jess Hilariouses, the Ha Davises, all of these, the DC Young Fly, these are comedic content creators that parlayed that into stand-up comedy so they can get a bag. So don't hate on these brothers and sisters. Give them the time to get their shit together, to master the craft. Even Ryan, internet comedy, but he's taking the craft serious. Get them their time to master the craft and get better. You know what I mean? You ain't got to be such a harsh critic on them. You dig what I'm saying? Let's get it.
Yeah, that material in their back pocket. But these new booty garbage motherfuckers who really ain't shit are flooding the motherfucking game, and they motherfucking getting niggas caking for them. If the hoes ain't shit, Corey Holcomb gonna tell you the whole thing. And if they talented, I'm gonna tell you they talented.
Hey.
That's the point, though. That's the point, though, boy. They premature on me.
Hold on, wait, let me finish.
I just asked you a question.
This nigga still tight.
I did.
No, time out, Ryan. You didn't answer the question. When I be talking to my broad and she mad at something I say, she won't answer my question. And I be like, oh man, it's a bitch, I expect it. I'm talking to a man. If we ask you a simple question, Morgan said it first.
And that's that disrespectful shit I be talking about. You don't compare no motherfucking man to a female like that. Especially when you are projecting. See, this nigga is the master of projecting. He's actually, in all actuality, acting like a broad. Because and again, no disrespect to the ladies, but when men argue and debate, we come with facts, we come with strong points, we come with good examples of why we're saying what we're saying. Females come with emotions and feelings, which is what Corey is coming with. Ryan is coming with statistics, he coming with facts, he coming with strong points, he coming with strong reasons for why he's saying what he's saying. Corey is coming with his feelings. On top of the fact that he's coming with his feelings and no facts, he keeps changing the subject, which is also something that females do. When females can't get you here, they take it there. If they can't get you there, they take it somewhere else, which is what Corey is doing. So it's crazy that this nigga tries all of these little manipulative, weak ass tactics to just try to get a W in an argument or a debate that he ain't gonna get, bro. Like, we got sense, bro. Like, we not a bunch of ass kissers. Even fans of the 5150, they not a bunch of ass kissers. I done read the comments. Like, they telling you what's up, bro. You effeminate as hell. You talk all of this masculine, alpha male shit, beta male shit, effeminate shit. You act like the biggest broad out of anybody on the goddamn show, in this show. So you the last nigga that need to be talking about, this is what a broad does. That's what a broad, no, nigga, broads do what you do, my nigga. Please, stop it. Let's get it.
You said Desi, and I said Desi and Jess, I done seen them both recently. That's not true about them. And then Marcus said he was with me when I went to go see Jess, and he said she didn't even do it.
Well, I said she eat the dick because I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. I'll put it like this. Let me fix what I said. America, listen to this. There are comedians out here. If you pay your money and pay your parking and pay for that motherfucking $10 ass bill, you gonna be mad when the motherfucker walking out the door. I'm talking to the real niggas. The people that's used to getting dressed, putting on some clothes, and want to go out and be entertained. I feel sorry for y'all, these motherfuckers they booking in some of these clubs. I look at the list, I be like, how did this motherfucker get booked? Followers. Yes. The game. Yes. The game. The fucking smoking mirrors. Don't let them following motherfuckers rob you of your hard-earned money.
But that's what I'm saying.
Niggas were following.
That's not really smoking mirrors. If they seen them on Facebook, if they seen them on Instagram and they like their content on Facebook and Instagram and they decide that they want to go see them on stage, that's not smoking mirrors. That's you saying, I'm a fan of this person and I want to go support them or I want to go see them on stage. Now, you might be disappointed. You very well might be disappointed because they not no real, true to the game stand-up comedians. But at the end of the day, they came into contact with their content through social media. So it ain't no smoking mirrors going on. I seen your shit on social media. That says nothing about how funny you are on stage. And if you dumb enough to assume a motherfucker's funny on stage because they funny on Instagram, that's a personal problem. Like, you're dumb.
A lot of them niggas give up too because they go out there and eat it. That's not the point that I'm making. The point that I agree with you in the sense that if you don't have the hour, you have no business going out there and collecting money. That's right. Why when I blew up and I didn't have the hour, I didn't go out there and collect no money. I didn't do it. It's disrespectful to the game, in my opinion, to go out there and collect money to do some shit that you're not capable of doing. But then I started pulling back on shit like that because who am I to tell a motherfucker how to feed their family?
Exactly.
So that's why I pulled back on it like that. It ain't necessary.
That's why I said in the beginning, you an internet nigga, hustle while you can. You might get booked 2, 3, maybe 4 times before it take all the way.
Take all the way over because you ain't no good. But what I'm saying is Jess is still doing theaters for a reason, bro. They entertained by her. She holding her own.
Well, what is the reason she doing it?
Because people are coming back. They enjoyed the show and they're coming back.
This nigga asks dumbass questions.
I'm not, bro.
All right, go see her. Go see her.
Bro,
I ain't hating. Go see her. You keep bringing up Jess for a reason.
No.
You ain't bring up the other bro because you absolutely can't defend that shit. That bitch is nothing in the game of life.
Who's that bro?
Hey, be Simone. But Jess bold enough to watch the jokes of the other comedians as she said she do and run with it. So I would say maybe her show is better than the other bitch who can't even steal and be funny. I seen the other bitch do motherfucking shit and still lose with it. But I feel you, my nigga. Sell motherfucking them tickets for that broad if you want to, my nigga. I invite you, gang.
And that's another thing that bras do. You love to talk about what bras do. That's another thing that bras do. You would be having a point of, a contentious conversation with a female, and they'll make like a little roundabout, out of the way little jab of saying, okay, but if you feel comfortable as a man doing that, that's cool. Do you, boo boo? They do little shit. Corey do little effeminate shit like that. Like he'll take little out of the roundabout jabs. Well, okay, my nigga, if you want to cape for these broads, go ahead, my nigga. I'm just saying, like, nigga, shut the fuck up with all that old weak ass effeminate ass shit, nigga. And I couldn't be around niggas like that. Like, straight up, I'd be ready to slap that nigga because I just don't have the patience for that kind of shit. And I wouldn't be surprised if this was Ryan's last episode.
Did I tell
Go to them dying ass tours out there.
Did I tell
them
anybody
tours
to go
are
to the
dying.
show? Did I tell anybody to go to the show?
Exactly.
Did I tell anybody?
I told him to go to the show.
That's
I
right.
what I said.
So don't change what my narrative is.
Nigga, I always
Your
try to
narrative,
change.
you taking for the broad.
No.
Your man right here said she made it through. He ain't gonna talk like he wanna talk, cause that's your man. Really, that bitch ain't shit. But we'll say she made it through. So buy some tickets for somebody that make it through. That's what your man said.
If somebody is doing a show and they audience love it, it ain't for me to criticize it.
Listen, they do that. This is my thing.
They audience love it.
prematurely
Yes.
they prematurely got famous.
But that's what I'm saying.
And they
If
Five,
they eat it
3,
in the
4
beginning,
years.
everybody eats it in the beginning if you put in that position.
3,
Ain't
4
nobody-
years.
Everybody don't eat it in the beginning. It's people who actually naturally funny. They are actually real comedians who can motherfucking go up and do it and can entertain an audience of people for 45 minutes to an hour.
Early?
When you was 3, 4 years.
Those are veteran. Those are what you call veteran comedians. Those are not people that's been doing comedy for a couple of years, bro. Stop it.
They not 3, 4
I'm
years in
not
the
saying-
game.
What's early in the game?
Like 3, 4 years. Like
After the third or fourth year, hell yeah, I can do an hour. I'm a natural at comedy.
Right. But
You're a natural at comedy. You can't compare the Ha Davises and Jess Hilariouses and all these other social media comedians to you. You can't compare them. You're a natural comedian. You one of the greatest comedians I've ever watched. Like you a legend. But you can't hold, you got to give these brothers and sisters some leeway to get better. And then just be happy to see the fact that they getting some money. Like, I'm happy to see brothers and sisters get money. Even if you kind of, finessing the game a little bit. I'm happy to see people come up. I'm happy to see brothers and sisters be successful. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a hater like that.
are an anomaly, Corey.
Thank you. That's the point that I keep trying to get this
are
nigga to
not
understand.
a regular
Corey,
nigga.
Corey is on niggas' top 10 list of all time.
If you want-
And then he's
if you don't
speaking
want-
from
if
that
you don't
place
think
of
it's top
privilege.
10
Nigga,
list,
most comics is not.
Niggas is not like you
Like,
ain't.
Calm down, man, calm down.
No.
Like niggas ain't too many niggas out here like you. You gotta understand that because you keep comparing these niggas to your level.
Right. That's the point that I'm
And you
making.
I didn't compare nobody to my level.
Nah, man, I feel like you
Very
Everybody
much
knows
patience
that.
on half of these
I have to do this. I have to do this. I'm sorry, D. I have to do this. There's two comedians in here. And I know that they want to say something about this shit. Because this shit is veteran comics in this motherfucker.
Hell yeah.
If you want to say something about this, come forward. If you don't, I understand. But it's
That's where I'm gonna cut the video off at, man. So that's part 3. Like, comment, subscribe. Zion Amari Real Spit TV, like always.